CNN. Oh my goodness, you got a critic of Lindsay Haley. They're all coming out of the woodwork. They hate her because, well, she's pretty. Okay, so strike one, she's young. Strike two, and she was a former Miss Colorado contestant. Woohoo! Strike three. And she's smart. She graduated from University of Miami Law School. Well, I mean, we could keep going. They just absolutely hate her. So Lindsay Halligan, mid-30s, beautiful woman, apparently started working on Donald Trump's team back when there was that FBI Mar-a-Lago raid. And so he was impressed by her, and things weren't moving quickly enough because they had that guy, Eric Siebert, right, in the Eastern District of Virginia. But by the way, he's buddies with Comey's son-in-law. Everybody's looking out for one another, protecting each other. So Trump said, to heck with it. He's out. I'm putting Lindsay Halligan in. And now the media, they're like vultures. They're just all after her. Again, she's too young. She's too inexperienced. She competed in Miss Colorado. Heaven forbid we saw her in a swimsuit. Listen, this is the CNN critic slamming Lindsay, and I love it because the guest on set just shuts him down right into silence. Perfect.
And put somebody who, I mean, is just simply inept and unqualified to actually have that job.
Well, she was apt and qualified enough to get a grand jury to look at the evidence and return 2 charges against him. Are you saying that this process, which is used all over the country every single day to bring crimes all over the code, is somehow broken? These are ordinary citizens in a liberal jurisdiction who looked at evidence from a prosecutor and said, yeah, it looks like there's something here. Is that not what happened?
Yeah.
Watching somebody like Speaker Johnson normalize that, it sends us down an incredibly dangerous path.
I'm stunned to hear you say we're now worried about normalizing this kind of thing. We had an attorney.
You are about to do right now. Let's hear it.
I'm about to tell you what happened in the state of New York when the Democratic Attorney General ran an entire political campaign promising not to uphold justice, but to prosecute one person, Donald Trump. And I didn't hear a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth among Democrats about normalizing the weaponization of justice.
And what we're talking about is the abuse of the system.
What abuse beyond the idea of prosecuting people when Democrats were going after Trump? Were you worried about abuse?
Because I firmly believe that Donald Trump broke the law and he was indicted.
Do you think the 34 charges that are cited all the time were good charges?
But let me actually go back to Joe Biden. Joe Biden indicted his own son. Did he deserve to be indicted? Yes. But he indicted his own son.
You're saying the White House was directing. You're saying the White House was directing indictments. But
there's nobody
directing indictments. That's a revelation.
Just have one person speak at a time. What were you just saying?
Yeah, he did pardon him. And
ooh, CNN. You know what is funny? So I give Scott a lot of credit because he goes on that show and he's literally like the only conservative every single night. And so it becomes like blood sport, right? They're just like pounding him and pounding him and pounding him from every single angle. And he's like, ba-dum-ba, 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 ba-dum-ba. And it's like watching a master karate fighter just doom, 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 doom. So it's actually their best rated show. I mean, if you can call anything well rated on CNN, a well-rated show. But it actually, I mean, all the shows do very, very poorly, but that one does less poorly. And I think it's because of Scott. Like, he's on there and he's actually willing to take all these people that are in this group think on. So this is who they're criticizing, this young prosecutor who was able to get the indictment. Now, granted, you know, it's not insanely hard to get an indictment, but she got it. And as I understand it, and other reporters have reported, it was all there. It was all teed up. And you just had somebody in charge that refused to. The prosecutor refused to actually move it forward. Again, maybe because he was buddies with the son-in-law of James Comey, who's working there. I mean, it's crazy, incestuous, weird.